Yo, this is part two of when I started running with the mob. First off, I like to say thank you to all you folks out there that be watching and be checking my channel out. And yeah, thank you guys, man. I love all you guys. And I got some stuff on YouTube that I don't put on Facebook. You guys can go on my YouTube and check it out. It's RockBTV. It's lowercase ROKBTV 8283. And check out some of those videos if y'all want to, man, and share some of them things, man. I'm trying to get them out there, man. And yeah. So to the story. This is part two of when I first started running with the 8-Ball Mob Gang. So yeah, so after the fight at the Modesto High thing, you remember I told you guys that I had to run down to these guys' house. They were already living on the west side of town. And like I said, I should have known that they knew more about the area than I did. But, you know, I was just young, hot-head, 14 years old, trying to fit in. And you know, I ran down to their house, you know, knocked on the door. And they opened the door. And, well, they looked out the window. And they opened the door and they let me in. They brought me in, started embracing me and all that old type shit. And they was in there making weapons. And I told this story before. I'm just saying it again for those who just now watching my channel who doesn't want to scroll through the playlist and all that old type stuff. So I'm just tell this part again. And I went inside the house and they were making weapons. They were making weapons. And, you know, like old, you know, from old school, you know, nunchucks and, you know, put some nails in a stick, you know, grab some, you know, all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? My mans gave me a rag with a lock on it. I put that in my pocket and shit. And so I probably had a screwdriver or something, and I don't know, you know. And so we walked to James Marshall Park, which was probably about I'll say if you had to measure it by blocks, it's probably about 3 or 4 blocks away. You know, probably 4 or 5 blocks away. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Not so far away from where the guys were staying. And you know, we get together, and there's probably about 10 of us, and we walk to the park. Well, we walk, we grow, and you just got to imagine these guys, you know, all a ragtag bunch of guys, look like a bunch of misfits, a couple of different nationality, a couple of Mexican guys, a couple of Filipino guys, a couple of brothers, you know, just, you know, everybody kind of young, but everybody looking ready. It reminded me of the old school movie, The Warriors. And we was walking across that street with our weapons and shit, you know, in broad daylight. You know, it had to be around couldn't have been like no later than 3 in the afternoon, 4 or 5 in the afternoon. It was still daylight out. And so we was walking across, and so we waited at the bus stop across. Well, we walked out of the house, walked across. We passed up Stop and Save liquor store across the street from Paradise. And in front of the apartment complex was this, which we used to call Little Saigon 420 or 620. You know what I'm saying? Hit squad, stand up. You know what I'm saying? All my hit squad Crip gang out there. Yeah, all my hit squad, Cleason, all y'all players, stand on up players. And yeah, so we waited at that bus stop in front of Little Saigon. We used to call it Little Saigon, the 620. And my partner's Too Sweet and my other partner Hector got off that truck. I ain't gonna say Hector's last name. He might not want to be all up in this shit. But so Hector got off the bus, and the leader of my gang, he had a little argument with those guys. I think they were supposed to be at the fight, and they wasn't there, and they had a little argument. But, you know, I'm just new. I'm just looking at it like what's going on and shit, because it's like I'm tripping that we're getting ready to fight again. We had just got finished fighting, and it's just crazy. You guys probably hear a lot of shooting going on. It's New Year's, and I like to say Happy New Year's to everybody out there. And yeah, hope your New Year's is a success, and all that you wish for this New Year come true. Yeah. So back to the story. So so you know, after you get finished arguing with God, we continue to walk to the park. Walk to the park. So I think we got to walk to the apartment complex, the 620 apartment complex, which on 620 Paradise Road. Modesto, California. Y'all go 620. Y'all know what's up with 620. But anyway, had to walk through 620 to get to the park. And it's kind of some fences over there now, but there wasn't no fences back in the day. And there was some benches and all that. They had a swimming pool. There's no swimming pool over there no more. And so we get over to the park, man. Oh my God. It's a whole bunch of Mexicans over there. It's probably about 50 to 100 Mexicans. Maybe it's about 5, 10 of us. And it's no joke, but it's about 50 to 100 Mexicans. So make a long story on that. A few of us walked up front, the leader, and a couple of us walked up, walked up in the middle to get the fighting going on. And so a couple of those guys walked up and they had a little talk. And to make a long story short on that, they didn't want none. It was like, we all living on the west side. And that's why I was kind of tripping, because I thought they was from the east side. And they are from the east side. They, they come from the 8 Ball. And I was kind of confused when I was hearing all of that. But the Mexicans were saying, we're all from the east. The big timers were saying, we're all from the east side, the west side. And we all should be clicking up and fighting other gangs in other cities and all that old shit. We shouldn't be fighting each other and shit. And the leader of the gang was like, yeah, man, that's cool, but yeah, if y'all motherfuckers want some, motherfucker, y'all can get some. Y'all know where to get it. You know what I'm saying? This 8 Ball mob. And they threw it up to him. Bam, banged it on him, right? You know what I'm saying? Bam, banged it on him, right? And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, these motherfuckers just gave us a pass, right? And this motherfucker with this bullshit, right? But if y'all know my partner, Pretty Boy, man, the leader of my clique, man, that motherfucker's a beast. Shout out to Pretty Boy Sanchez. Nigga did 30 motherfucking years in the penitentiary, held his mug, nigga, and didn't take no booty, didn't get his booty, took none of that shit, nigga. Just straight stand-up real nigga right there. Straight yeah. Pound for pound, nigga. Pound for pound, nigga. Yada that mean. You know what I'm saying? Pretty bastard. But that's another story. So, after that, you know what I'm saying? They didn't want none. I was tripping and he said that shit, you know what I'm saying? And we went back to the bench, I think. We smoked and drank, and that was that. So later on that night, there was a party going on, like a celebration party, like, because we wanted to fight or whatnot. It was like a celebration party. I'm new at all this shit. And I'm still kind of nervous because the Crips had told me, if I jump, because there's some gunshots and all kind of shit going on out there, man. It's New Year's. Happy New Year's again. And so, you see my robot in the background and shit. But anyway, so I got some Snoop loops. Y'all better get up on y'all Snoop loops. But it was a party in the Highway Village. Now, it was one of my homegirls. I ain't gonna say my homegirl's name now real quick on my homegirl why I don't want to say her name at all, because a couple of years ago, she was working in the mall. I walked in the mall and I forgot what department store she was working inside the mall, and I walked her, you know what I'm saying? I said, what that mob like? You know what I'm saying? And she like, look. And she flashed on me, Barry, I ain't with that shit. Don't be coming in here with all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? With that shit, I ain't with that shit. I ain't with that shit. That's old school, I ain't with that shit. I'm like, damn, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling no bitch, but I'm like, well, slow down, show down. It wasn't like I had my kid with me, my family and all that old shit. I'm just, my mom, this shit is like family to me. Like, it's like, I didn't get how she was coming at me. I wasn't trying to bang on her like, let's go out and do some ride, shoot some people and gang bang and shit. We grown ass motherfuckers, 50, 40 something years old and shit, right? I can understand. People don't be wanting to be associated sometimes with back in the day shit, because, they might have did some way out shit. They don't want to be remembered. They don't want to remember none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Or be reminded about none of that shit. So I get it. But yeah, my homegirl, she was wilding out on me. So I'm not going to say her name. So she had a house in the Highway Village. We had a few homegirls in the Highway Village over there in Modesto. And that's a part of Modesto, over there, north side Modesto. They got their own little areas, the Highway Village, and we call it the Village for short, but it's the Highway Village. And I don't know why it's the Highway Village, but I guess it's a village not too far from the highway. You know what I'm saying? It's blocked off. You are down a 99 freeway, you see a wall. You won't know over the wall. It's a little hood over there. It's the village over there in the hood and shit. But anyway, we had a couple of homegirls. My homegirl Nicole, stand up if you still her, out there. And my partner Chills with Nicole. Homegirl Glow, stand up. And my little brother kind of stayed over there off Iker a little bit. And not too far from the Prescott Estate, because all our folks are from the Prescott Estates. Used to live in the Prescott Estates, which was, probably like 5, 10, 15 minutes walking distance from the Highway Village. And so it was a party in the Highway Village. So we go to the Highway Village, and so this is the first time I'm really meeting the B&Gs. Now I'm hearing about them, I'm seeing about them. I told you my partner Darren Birdie got hit in the mouth with them nunchucks. He used to claim the B&G, and a couple of the guys that used to run with us, they was kind of the B&Gs, these Filipinos. I didn't know if they were the B&Gs or not. They kind of looked like them dudes. All them dudes look crazy than the motherfucker. So when I get to the party, B&Gs showed up, man. Them motherfuckers, ooh-wee. And Filipinos out of Stockton, all them niggas was looking crazy in a motherfucker. Long trench coats, big-ass choppers under them motherfuckers. And, everybody looked crazy than the motherfucker. Long-ass hair, everybody heavy metal, saying some acid rock type, you know what I'm saying? Just some crazy looking Filipinos, scary looking Filipinos, look like they ready for war, look like they just left Vietnam type shit, you know what I'm saying? And who remembers Bokio, one of the craziest ones? That motherfucker was one of them crazy motherfuckers, them Bahalanai gang motherfuckers, man. Yeah, and Chris, shout out to Chris, man. And yeah, man, I don't know if he's still doing time. I think he got a L. I think he got L-whopped out there, man. And shout out to Chris out there from B&G, man. If you ever hear this, man, I love you, man. And ever come up, I'm going to reach out and touch y'all with some love, man, because y'all showed niggas mob real love, man, real shit. Showed me real love when I was in penitentiary. You see those pictures and shit, that Filipino guy right there, he was Bahala now. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we go to the party. B&G showed up, they looking crazy than a motherfucker. So, we in there vibing. Now, everybody kind of got guns and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, I'm kind of nervous and shit, and the party's kind of vibing. You know what I'm saying? And then the Crips show up. And so I like, yo, shit. So I'm in the house kind of scared as fuck, right? They show up kind of deep, couple of carloads deep. But the leader of my clique said, don't worry about it. I'm not letting them in. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, right? And so they outside talking to him and shit. And I ain't even going outside because I'm scared of the motherfucker. I'm just keeping 100, right? I was scared of the motherfucker, right? Because I told you the leader told us told me not to get into their business, not to get in their fight. And I'm over here partying with these niggas, right? And mommy, I wasn't really part of their gang, right? I would just claim I was a solo crip, nigga, but I was still scared. But anyway, so they went outside and talked to the guys and shit. And one of the guys in my crew that was 8-ball mobbing, and that day, and I think he started full-fledged and started claiming Crip, because he was half Crip, because me and him, we was kind of cripping in the 8-ball mob shit. My partner, Griff, you know what I'm saying? They started hollering at him. I think they was like, is you gonna be Crip, you gonna be mob, what you gonna do? And I think he started running with the Crips then and shit. And so, you know what I'm saying? That happened that night. And so that was that whole night of the fight. But couple of weeks later, couple of months later and shit, you know what I'm saying, my name is up, you know what I'm saying, I get in a fight with this big old dude, I come up with him and shit, couple of big dudes and shit, so my name is up, right? I'm running with the mob kind of tight now, you know what I'm saying? And so this one cat was in the Highway Village. It was another party in the Highway Village. We used to party at this girl's house a lot. It was another party in the Highway Village. And everybody had left, and there was a few of us left there, and we didn't have no ride home. And it was probably me, my partner Miho, my partner Chill, probably my little brother Milt, probably my homeboy Danny Perez, resting in peace, and his girlfriend Gloria. I think it was all of us. And so I know Gloria kind of, I think she stayed in the village somewhere, so we had to walk them home. And my little brother Milt, he stayed off Iker. That's somewhere we had to walk him home. And my partner Chill, he stayed in the States, the Prescott Estates on the north side of Modesto. We had to walk him home, but me and Miho, you know what I'm saying, we was gonna walk all the way to his house, it was like a couple hour walk, you know what I'm saying, way out on Standiford and McHenry. That was like a long ass motherfucking walk, right? All through the neighborhoods and shit. We used to make that walk all the time. walking all over the place when we was young, you know what I'm saying, banging and shit. We was walking all over, but nigga didn't have no cars. And but it was two dudes still there. It was my partner. He wasn't really my partner. I'm gonna just say he was like this Crip, but he wasn't really a Crip, but he used to run with him real tight, had a nice little car, and he was older than us. He was buying liquor. Mind me, I'm about 15, 16. He was buying liquor for us and shit, so he was over 21. And so he was there, long Jerry curl motherfucking shit. And he used to run with the Crips real tough, but he was real cool with us and shit. And he was cool with my peoples, my cousin Nina, my cousin Rick, and him. He was real cool with him. I ain't gonna say his name. And so, and he passed away. Rest in peace, brother. And he was sitting next to this white guy. Now, the white guy that was there, he had this crazy motherfucking noise going on out there. Y'all heard that shit? But anyway, so was this white guy he was that he was there with, I guess, that was driving and shit. He had this mini truck outside, this Nissan mini truck with hella beating that motherfucker. It had a bed on it and everything with a cab on it and shit. And so I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna ask this guy, can he take us home? You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gotta walk. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind walking everybody that lives around the village home, but damn, me and Miho, we stay like, you know, a long ass way away. Well, I don't stay over there. My partner Miho stay over there. You know, I used to go over there and spend the night at his house a lot. Shout out to Miho's mom. Esther, love you, mom. But anyway, so I go hit up the white dude and shit. Miho, if y'all remember this, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Kurt, y'all remember this, let me know, man. And so I don't know if we had dropped Gloria and them off yet. Because we probably did. We probably dropped, all right, this what happened. I think we dropped Gloria and them off. So here we go. So I go hit the dude up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, can you give it a ride? So old boy's like, no, I ain't going that way. You know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-wop, whoop-de-wop. And I'm kind of butthurt, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping and shit because that's his truck. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't want to make the motherfucker go way out the motherfucking way to take a nigga home. Niggas, it ain't my car. Shit, it ain't his fault I'm over there. So fuck it. So I tell my crew, come on, let's bend the corner. Let's pat and turn. Pat them feet and turn them corners, man. And so we start hoofing it and shit. You know what I'm saying? And mind me, I used to keep these nunchucks under my jacket, under my fucking Raider jacket. And I used to keep all kind of weapons on me, nunchucks, butterfly knives, all kind of motherfucking shit, right? I used to keep all kind of weapons on me. So, you know, we goes to walking home. I think we take Gloria and Danny home first, and they stayed the closest. And I think we take Gloria and Danny. I don't know if we take my little brother home, but we took Gloria and Danny home, walked Danny and Gloria home. And so we walking through towards Prescott Estates, and we can see, like, I think, what's that street? It's Prescott. We can see Prescott from where we're at, where we're walking and shit. And it's kind of closed off over there now, but it used to be all the way open. And you used to walk through all, forgot Chrysler. That's the name of that street. And so we walking down, and I see the motherfucking, we looking, and I see the dude's truck. And he goes this way, zoom, you know what I'm saying? And he just look like he's going towards, like, Stanford, like he's going like this, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And so we walking and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm mad, like, this motherfucker said he wasn't going that way. Look at this motherfucker, so that ain't nothing. So we still walking, and I'm like, man, I love to whip that motherfucker out. I'm just tripping and shit. And so we walking, and then I see that motherfucker go back, zoom. You know what I'm saying? And we damn near to Prescott already. I don't know why I'm tripping. And so I just walked on home. But anyway, so I see that motherfucker, and I stopped, and I just lost it. Boom. I told them nigga, I said, I'm finna go back and whoop this white boy ass. They're like, what? I said, I'm finna go back and whoop this white boy ass and shit. And like, hell no, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm finna go back and whoop this white boy ass. And I just started walking and shit. And them niggas just started following me and shit. I walked over there, get in the house. And I get in the house, and they sitting at the bar. They were sitting at the bar when I asked them to take me home. They back at this bar, right? Now, mind me, I got my burner gloves on. I used to have these burners on. I remember them burners with the buttons and shit, little buttons on them and shit. I had my burner gloves on. Everybody used to have burner gloves back in the day. I had my burner gloves on. Ready, mom, I got my nunchucks too and my Raider jacket and shit. And so So I walk up in the house now, you know what I'm saying? You walk up to the white dude sitting up at the little bar, and he's like, I don't know I don't know where the lady of the house was, but it seemed like they were only two there in that motherfucker, and us and shit. It was crazy. But anyway, so I hit the white dude up. I thought you wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We said something, so I slapped the shit out of him. Pah! Slap the shit out of the motherfucker, right? And so, you know what I'm saying? And well, before I slap him, you know what I'm saying? My boy, he's starting to say shit, but he drunk than a motherfucker, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, but really I want to give it to this motherfucker, the drunk motherfucker, but it's this motherfucker's truck, so fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to this motherfucker, he drove, but I know this motherfucker had something to do with it, you know what I'm saying? This supposed to be my boy, motherfucker, we walking, motherfucking. But anyway, so I slapped the motherfucker, pow. And then my boy like, oh, hell no, fuck that. And start putting his burner gloves on. So I tell that motherfucker, I say, if you start putting that other motherfucking burner on, motherfucker, I'm going to take flight on your motherfucking ass. And I knew he was drunk. And so this motherfucker, he put that motherfucking nut, tried to put that other motherfucking burner on. I catch him with a motherfucking left hook. Bam! And I knocked him off that motherfucking chair. Bam! Fell on that motherfucking chair, and I laid him to him a couple of more times. Bing, bing, bing. Laid him to him a couple of more times. He on that motherfucking ground, right? So when I laid him to him that time, right, I might have kicked him or something. It's like a little den area, a couple of steps, and he rolled into that area, right? So the nigga like on his hands and knees trying to get up, right? And now I'm like in comedy mode, right? So I pick up a chair or something. I don't know what it was. I throw it on him. Bam. So now it's WWF time, right? Everybody telling me to stop. So I remember like I used to watch the WWF show. We used to hit motherfuckers over the back with the two hands like, hey, that was, I used to always want to try it. So he was on his hands and he was getting up like, that shit didn't work. I'm like, that WWF shit's some bullshit. So you know what I'm saying? I like kicked him or something. I did something to him and then my boys got me. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? So got up, got off his ass, walked outside, you know what I'm saying? And go outside, we getting ready to walk home and shit. So the nigga come outside tripping. Nigga, fuck you, fuck Nina, fuck Ricky. Talking about my family. I'm gonna kill everybody, kill all you motherfuckers. If you run up on me, nigga, I'm gonna give it to you with these nunchucks, nigga. And so he ran up on me. I took the nunchucks out my jacket. No. Bop, 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 boop, boop. Really gave it to him. And so, make a long story short on that, he ended up in the hospital. So I go to the hospital to go visit him. And he fucked up in that hospital, man. And because I was hurt about it. I really didn't want to do that. I just wowed out. I just lost it. You know what I'm saying? Did too much. Nigga was drunk. But he was a lot older than me anyway. So that's why I felt like it was a freebie. Like, motherfucker, I'm going to practice on your ass. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But anyway, shouldn't have been doing all that. I don't know, advise all that bullshit. That's some bullshit. But anyway, went to go visit him and shit. And crazy thing, that nigga apologized to me. And I started crying and shit, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was in the same hospital that my girlfriend, she was in when she got jumped on by some girls. And I told y'all I had whooped on this big old dude's ass. And and his homegirls whooped on my girlfriend's ass. You know what I'm saying? Put her in the hospital, crazy and shit. Real story. But then he was in that same hospital and shit. Went visiting, he apologized to me. I'm like, man, I apologize. And he like, man, I shouldn't have been so drunk. I need to stop drinking and booty wop. And he was like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too, and type shit. And it was just like, damn, that was the last time I saw him. Not too long after that. Probably, I moved away or went to jail or something. You know what I'm saying? A nigga died. I don't know if it was long ago, but a nigga dead. No, if I didn't have nothing to do with it, if I did, I apologize, brother. Yeah, I apologize. I can't apologize enough. But yeah, that was that story. True story. Out there in the highway village doing wild ass shit. And to my homeboy that's passed away, man. God bless your family. And I know you're in heaven doing your thing because you really was a good brother. You know what I'm saying? And you was just drinking all the time. Nigga stayed drunk. Oh my God, this nigga stayed drunk starting the shit. But that's another story, man. But yeah, that's my story on that second time when part two of the story, time when I met the 8-Ball Mob or when I started running with the 8-Ball Mob. And yeah, Happy New Year. And I hope y'all like that one. Rock beat, 3 on the tree. Oh, I left out the most important part of this. Why I said this part. Chapo. Remember I was telling you guys about Chapo Torres, Big West Side Modesto Chapo Torres. At the end of the fight, when we fought behind the Mexican meat market in that alley, Chapo walked off into the sunset. Nigga had 5 niggas on his head. That nigga didn't fall. You know what I'm saying? He was, nigga was handling his business in the middle of 5 niggas on his dome. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So later on, when we go to the party in the Highway Village, we get a knock on the door, right? Like we in there partying, right? We got the BNGs in there and shit like that. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was a knock on the door, and somebody said, "It's Chapo," and like the music, like stopped. And everybody got quiet. Like, oh shit, right? Right? BNGs there with their pistols. Everybody got their pistols out. Like, what's going on and shit, right? And so like, what the fuck? So I forgot who went to the door. But somebody went to the door and talked to Chapo. And I remember hearing Chapo. I remember I was right at the crack of the door. I was hearing this shit. Chapo was kind of like saying, like, my homeboys, they left me. You know what I'm saying? He said some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to party with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm pissed off at my homeboys. He said something like that. I forgot exactly what he said. I want to come party with y'all and all this old type shit. And you know what I'm saying, and shit, you know what I'm saying, and whatever, you know what I'm saying, so like my sister, you know what I'm saying, she cool with y'all, so fuck it, you know what I'm saying, and so we let Chapo in, he partied with us, and he ended up getting with the girl that owned the house, and I think they got married and got some kids or some shit like that. I could be wrong. And Chapo, if you ever get this, you mad at me for telling this story, man, I apologize, man. But yeah, I had to tell that story, man. But yeah, Chapo came to the motherfucking house, man. Had everybody scared, man. He came by himself, by his Danny. That nigga came on the bolo, man. And yeah, straight up rider, Chapo Torres, man.